Happy Friday, Delaware, and good morning to you. It is a beautiful, almost Valentine's Day weekend.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay, fine. We can.
Good morning and happy Valentine's Day.
Good morning. Yes, I was going to say, Molly, though you might lean into Friday the 13th,
I kind of do.
You and our guest, Lori Kipfer, both have on your Valentine's red.
We do.
And
you know,
hearts.
there are many romances that happen to have zombies and things in them, too. So
Sure.
you can mix my love of cryptids and zombies and all things with love and romance. It happens all the time.
It does. It
Well,
does.
Hotel Transylvania is another example.
Yes, it's a great one.
Thank you. I prefer that version of scary cryptids than.
I mean, Shaun of the Dead has romance. We can
No.
argue that it's a romance film as well as comedy as well as horror.
Right. Well, as I alluded to, our guest this morning is our DCDL trustee, Lori Kipfer. Good morning.
Good morning, and once again, happy Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's.
Yes. And you are our newest vice president on the board.
Thank you.
Yes, we're very happy to
you.
have you this morning. We'll talk about books. We'll talk about things happening at the library, things happening with our friends. So you won't
So
want to
many
miss out.
things.
It's gonna be a great show for us today. Why don't we get started with some things we've read recently?
Okay, I did one of those popular books that
You
I
did?
think I'm going to not like, and I fell in love with.
Oh no.
So I read a book called The Wedding People by Alison Espach.
Okay.
All of my friends had been reading it. All of them reviewed it with like 5 stars. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to like this one. Now bear with me as I talk about how much I love this one. So it starts out, and really bear with me because it's not going to sound like a lovely book. It starts out with a woman. She's wearing a beautiful green dress. She's got these great gold heels on. She's walking into a hotel she's always wanted to go to because tonight she's going to end her life.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
She gets to the hotel. She checks in. All of her plans are starting to go awry as they say, I'm sorry we can't deliver dinner. You're the only person not in the wedding staying in our hotel. And she's like, fine, this is not going to throw me off. I still can do this. She gets on the elevator with the wedding party, with part of the wedding party. She meets the bride, and it's just her and the bride. The bridesmaids get off, just her and the bride, and she tells the bride what she's planning to do.
Oh.
And the bride is like, absolutely not.
Good for her.
The bride decides she's going to completely involve herself in this one because she is not going to ruin her wedding.
Oh.
Her wedding
It's
is
not
a
really
week.
about saving a life. It's about saving her wedding.
Exactly. It's a week-long wedding. She's got this thing planned perfectly, everything the way it should be. And as she goes on, she ends up going into the room with the lady, pleading with her, starting this relationship. You know, the two are talking. Not going to change. Phoebe is our main character. Not going to change Phoebe's mind until they continue talking. And then Phoebe even decides, you know, she's there. Everything's kind of falling apart in her perfect plan for her perfect last night, piece after piece. And finally, she's like, maybe not today. Maybe not today. And as the wedding goes on, she gets more and more involved with the wedding people in the hotel. The wedding people keep getting in her way. And the groom, man, there seems to be a weird spark. Let's just say this book is interesting. Twists and turns. And I know I started real dark with this.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Okay.
It's funny. It's sweet. It's poignant. It's not going to leave you depressed at the end.
Yeah.
It's one of those really good, especially when outside looks dark. You might start in a dark place with her, but she brings you right back up. Absolutely going to be one of my favorite books, I think, this year. It's going to be the book to beat. I'm in February. Going to be the book to beat.
That's a big statement.
It's a big statement. I'm pretty picky.
It's bold. That is bold.
It's a bold statement. Month
For
2.
me.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I didn't want to stop listening to it. Had trouble getting out of the car.
Yeah.
You know, I started you in that dark place. I can't give you all the positive because it's all the fun twists and turns.
Right.
Every change that happens in this book brings you up with a character, it felt like. So stick in there. The Wedding People, everybody read it last year. Everybody in my friend circle. I reluctantly once again read it like, I'm not going to like the popular book.
Yeah.
I loved it, everybody. I still love all the popular books.
It didn't make it to my book talk, so I am happy to hear about it. This is all new to me.
That's all new to you?
It's all new to me, and it has intrigued me, as I'm sure it has intrigued many of our listeners.
A lot of my friends are I have a lot of library world people, and they're really rigid reviewers. Like, I give everything 5 stars. Let's face it. I'm like, you took the effort to write the book. Go you, author.
Yeah. He just said there's no bad book. Is what we were just saying before we went on the air.
Yes. And I'm a real cheerleader. The reviews written on these were fantastic from very different types of readers, from very, I don't know if it's just that you find the right book at the right point and it's just what you needed.
Yeah.
And somehow this author, Alison Espach, sorry, Alison, I don't know how to say your last name. She just really captured something in this that was, it really just carried you through. It was perfect.
Thanks,
so
Molly, that's a great review. Now I want to read it, but then I'm not going to have
just
time
reviewed
to.
it.
I know,
know,
right? I'll wait a year while everybody forgets about it.
You and I have to take turns on some of these.
Exactly.
There'll be a big waiting list now at the library.
Yes, there will. And I'm just looking. We have it on Playaway and ebook
Yes.
and e-audio and regular and large print. So many options. All right. Well, Lori, what do you have for us today for your reading? Your reading pleasure.
I have 2 genres that I enjoy. I enjoy self-help books.
Yes.
And I enjoy biographies, autobiographies, and memoirs. And the self-help book, my favorite, is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. He wrote several books along that same line for the 7 Habits for the family, 7 Habits for the student, those kind of things. Believe it or not, this first book was written in 1989.
Wow.
Yes.
I couldn't believe that. And they're just so simple and so, easy once you think about it. They are: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. That's a hard one for me.
Oh, that is a hard one.
Synergize and then sharpen the saw, which sometimes that can be hard for people too, to take a break. But I think about these so often, and when I'm going through my professional life and even my personal life. So if you have not read any of the 7 Habits books, I would highly recommend. It's a pretty easy read.
And as far as self-help goes, the fact it's been in print since 1989, this one is still one that people highly suggest. That's one of the highest, honors, because you're getting so many of those productivity and self-help books. I absolutely love that.
This has stood the test of time. I think a lot of companies and businesses use this as they train their employees.
Yeah.
Simply, I think my husband's company has done that, and they use them in schools.
Absolutely.
I remember reading that when I first became a manager. It's probably time to reread it. Never hurts to go again.
Right. And sometimes I forget all 7 and can't say them in order, but some of them do stick with you.
Oh, definitely. They're definitely the
You can use them as a parent too.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the last really great memoir I read was about Matthew Perry from Friends. And I think what's interesting, if you were on the outside looking, his life looked perfect. He had money and friends, and he was popular and could take a private jet anywhere he wanted to go, to any game or concert.
Yeah.
But he really had a lot of demons, and even though his parents were beautiful, and I believe his mother was Miss Canada or something like that, and his dad was in show business. They were divorced, and he had to fly cross country to visit one and the other. And so, and then all of his rehab. And a lot of the times in the book, it says that he was at Friends. He was coming, they were bringing him from rehab occasionally.
Yeah.
And the Friends characters really, not characters, but actors, really stood by him.
Yeah. This is his autobiography, right? This is his words or co-biography, co-written.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
before he
passed. Was very popular, but if you're a Friends fan, kind of what made me circle back to this was Jennifer Aniston's new love is an author.
Really?
Yes. And so I actually tried to get his books, now there's a big waiting list because Jennifer Aniston has made him popular.
I'm going to be Googling that now.
Yes.
Lori, I think this is the first that I've known. So you're a big Friends fan then?
I am a big Friends
This
fan.
is news to me.
Well, I just had my 63rd birthday. So
happy birthday.
Thank
Yes.
you. A lot of these shows, it was on February 6th, but a lot of these shows I watched.
Yeah.
Like Seinfeld
Yep.
and
Friends,
shows like
yeah,
that.
all of these episodic.
Sex in the City.
Really wonderful.
That was a fun one. The fashion.
So much fun.
The fashion.
So anyway, just to date myself, but I am a Friends fan. And if you have not read this Matthew Perry book, and maybe you have a loved one that is struggling with substance abuse, it might help you.
Yeah.
But or if you're just a Friends fan, or if you just like memoirs.
Right. I do. I love a good memoir. And I especially love a good memoir that just has like a little bit of tea in it, especially if it drops a little bit of like, oh, and this name and this name.
And you can always learn something from someone else's life.
Absolutely. Well, I have a book that is, we've all had really different books this morning, which I love. All of our different genres and categories and things like that. Mine is way out there compared to
I'm loving
the
this.
rest. And oh gosh, did it just disappear from my things?
That
I had
always
open?
happens to
I
me when
know,
I'm
right?
looking.
Okay, so it's called Soundtrack, and it's by Jason Reynolds.
Oh, I
And
love Jason Reynolds.
yes, it is very much in Jason's his regular kind of style. So Jason Reynolds' style is he is a writing about young, typically black men in a modern society, and just kind of what happens with them every day, And
Now, is this one of his adult books, children's books, teen books?
this would be like a high school age. I would recommend for.
He's such an amazing author that can write for those different genres. That to me is true talent when you can write for different ages.
Yeah, and sometimes his stuff can be like, the late elementary, early middle, late middle. I would give this truly a high school read, a mature high school reader, because the main character, he is 18 years old, and he has basically graduated high school and was living at home, trying to figure life out. Loves his mama, but his mama has a boyfriend now that he's not a big fan of. And unfortunately, he kind of put his foot down and said, like, listen, I'm not staying here with this guy, so it's me or it's him. And she hesitated, and he was like, okay, it's him. So he left. He went to go live with his uncle. And while he's living with his uncle, and trying to figure life out, he is listening, and there's a guy playing, bass guitar across the hall. And he is playing the bass guitar like a madman. He's like, I have never heard music like this before in my life. Well, as it turns out, our young man who we are following along with, he is a drummer because his mom was in a punk rock band. And so he's learning, he's like, well, maybe we can have some jam sessions. And so as they're going along, we've got drums and we've got bass. Well, that can make a good sound, but that's not really a full-bodied sound. So we need a couple more things, to go along with it. So they go out into the streets of New York City, and they find some street buskers who are just the best of the best, and on horn and on lead guitar. And they were like, I think we've got a band. So then they start busking around the subway stations in New York City, and they make this merry little motley crew of making music. And so I'm listening to it as an audiobook. It's an excellent audiobook. The music is another character in the book. So hearing, when they talk about, this sick lick on the bass, something like that. Like when they talk about that, the audiobook actually like plays a little something for you.
That's nice.
Yeah, when they
love
talk
that.
about her horn wailing, then you hear the horn and you hear the wail.
Well, I was a music teacher. I'm a retired music teacher, so I would probably really enjoy that book.
Yes, yes, it's very good. And of course, there's a little bit of trouble that they get into, like busking on the street corners in New York City. You never know what's going to happen, who's going to tell you can't be there, what sorts of buttons are going to get pushed. And then, of course, there's the ongoing story of like, well, are we going to reconcile this relationship with mom and this boyfriend, and how's that going to work out? So the way that in true Jason Reynolds fashion, you fall in love with each of the characters, you get to know them on a deeply personal level. and uniquely figure out like what makes each of them tick and why they're special and why they have a part in this story. So I would recommend it. It's called Soundtrack by Jason Reynolds. There is audio, and there is actually the audio. It's funny. I think this is one of those books, and I haven't did my research, so I apologize. But I think this is one of those books where the audio was actually done first, and then it will come in book format. I think it's a little bit backwards that way from a traditional publishing standpoint. So keep it on your list.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back on the other side to talk with a DCDL trustee, Lori Kipfer, about all things happening at the library. So stay tuned. I cannot wait until next week when I've heard rumors that 60 degrees is in the forecast. And
I heard that too.
I'm hearing it as well.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to be a different human.
That groundhog might have been wrong.
That's right. Yeah. Well,
It's Ohio though. Let's all speak and
59
walk
on
carefully.
Tuesday. Yeah.
50s all next week.
I love that so much. Well, Buckeye Phil, right, said one thing, or
Yes.
Buckeye Chuck said one thing, and Puxatawny
That-
Phil said another thing. So Ohio can have a different season. One groundhog can't speak for all of the United States. What fair is
That's
that?
one thing I'd like to do is go see that groundhog
That would be fun.
festival.
I did
Yeah.
that once. It was amazing.
You
Was
did?
Early in the morning, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We got up like at 1 o'clock and we drove over there. We got there about 4:30, something like that. It was very surreal. It was like, it's like a midnight maypole dance around naked type thing, but everybody was out there with the bonfires and lots of drinking. It was just like, out
Was
in
it
the
like
woods.
the movie?
I know.
No, not quite so much like that.
But any outsider, or even non-U.S. or even alien, like looking at us, would look at this ceremony, and they would think that it's some sort of like weird
Yes.
ceremony. Like
Sacrifice.
what are these people doing? Like hanging around this animal?
Well, the wild part is early on while it's still dark before you get to the whole groundhog thing.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
all the action is, the early morning stuff,
Right.
and drum beats and blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh, that's so
love it.
funny. The TV
moon.
always has it. It's very misty, because it's always they're very very early in the
Like
morning.
foggy.
Yes.
I love the formal outfits with the top hats, and I get into that.
It's so
I'm like,
fun.
go guys, keep that up.
We love a good time here in the States with our weird traditions.
You gotta have weird traditions.
And that is a great movie.
Yes, it is a great movie.
We watch it every year. That is our tradition. We're probably more serious about that than Groundhog Day
Yeah.
or Valentine's Day.
Well, we've got Lori Kipfer here in the studio with us. She is our DCDL trustee, vice president this year.
Thanks, very excited.
Yes. We're very happy to have you. You had one very specific thing that you wanted to plug first, which I think is a great thing to talk about. Our friends are doing a really fun thing. Why don't you tell us about that?
I am a big cheerleader for the Friends of the Library. That's kind of like our booster group.
Yes.
And they are collecting plastic bags, like plastic grocery bags. And for every 1,000 pounds, we will get a recycled bench.
Yeah.
And I think that is a fabulous idea. In fact, I have a big bag of plastic bags in my car to take to one of the libraries. And I really want to give Nicole Clate
Yes.
a shout out.
Yeah.
She's the president of our Friends, and she does an amazing job. And her whole committee and her whole team and their board, they are tireless in working for the good of the library.
Absolutely, they are.
They do a great job. And this bench project, Nicole, she's almost got she can see into the future. She said when we start collecting the plastic, it's going to go kind of slow. For us to get our first 1,000 pounds, it seems like a big milestone. And then she said, and then once you have that, you're just going to boom, 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 and you're going to have benches out your ears. So
I love it.
one of the things that she said was that they're going. Do you know about they're going to auction one off at the night at the races?
Night at the Races.
Talk about that.
Yes. Well, I'm on the committee to sell tickets for Night at the Races. It's a lot of fun. And it's right before the Kentucky Derby. So everyone's in the mood to wear their fancy hats.
Yep.
And the food is going to be great. And
Thursday, April 30th.
Yes.
thank you for the
Yes,
date.
Thursday.
Thank you.
The evening of Thursday, April 30th, in the, I forget the name of the actual room, but at the Little Bear Golf Club, there in Lewis Center.
Yes, if you get to Little Bear, we'll direct you in the right way.
Exactly. You'll get there. The tickets will be on sale soon if they're not on sale now.
Yes, I don't believe they're on sale yet, but you're right, it will be very soon.
Yeah, and then one of their auction items that night is that you'll get is it naming rights on a bench? And
I believe, and where the bench,
placement.
which library it's going to be.
I love that.
Yes.
And my goal is that every library would have a bench.
Yes.
So that's why I'm telling all my friends,
Yes.
collect your bags, take them to the library.
With
Well,
that
and it's not
recycled
just
plastic.
bags. You can also get the stretchy plastic. So like what your toilet paper comes in and your, I'm saving probably 1 bag of trash a month right now because I'm saving all that stretchy plastic.
Right.
If it doesn't stretch, it doesn't count. So if you pull on it and it just stays still, don't add that to the bag. But if it stretches, throw it on in. Let's get some of the stuff out of the landfills.
Well, and if you work at a facility that has any kind of pallets that you get that is like wrapped in that shrink wrap, and you have to X-Acto knife your stuff out of it, that's accepted too, and that's what really takes it over the top
really
with
does.
that collection. Yeah. Let's also talk about, Lori, you were, again, a champion for our friends. You were Nicole's date to the Chamber's annual dinner.
Yes, and shout out to Holly Quain.
Yes.
She is head of the Chamber, and she did a beautiful job. It was a lovely dinner, and thank you to Nicole for inviting me. And I have to do a little bit of bragging. Our library table theme won one of the prizes.
Yes, we did.
I love it.
So if you're not familiar with the dinner, each business in Delaware decorates a table, and they give favors out. It was amazing. And the library did a theme for 250 years of reading. I believe that was it. And they had a cake in the middle, and it was all red, white, and blue. And as a favors, they gave out a book about our country.
Yeah, the Ken Burns
It's
coffee table book.
sesquicentennial, I think. It's
Semi-sesquicentennial.
Semi-sesquicentennial.
So congratulations to, and I believe you were very instrumental in decorating the table.
You know what?
Nicole.
All the props go to the Claudy family. Nicole and Mama Claudy, they have the vision, and I give a little bit of my budget to purchase the books that are part of the table. But really, all the rest of it comes from the friends and the visions.
And you were there. I think you helped decorate.
I did. Yeah,
Yes.
I did help decorate.
And she did mention that. So I was really thankful to be there. It was a blessing, and had a lovely evening. And I'm just so proud of our library and our library friends.
Yes, it was we have been gunning to win for several years now, and when we walked out the door, we were like, I think this might be our year. So we were very happy that it came
so
to fruition.
proud of you all.
And of course, I jumped up and cheered really loud because that's what I do.
Nicole and I are both highly competitive, so yes, we were happy.
You
to
are
finally
fun to
win.
watch together, the two Nicoles. It's a beautiful mix.
Yes, absolutely. Molly, do you have any library events in front of you?
I do. I'm actually really excited about one happening today.
Yes.
It is a royalty party happening from 2 to 4 at the Liberty Branch. Now, this is for toddlers, preschoolers, and their families. Come for royalty training. So if you're like me, I was the kid. My mom couldn't get me out of a costume. Still can if I have an excuse.
Right.
If you have, we are bringing Paulette's princess parties.
Yes.
And they are going to teach all of our little princesses how to be a princess, how to move, how to walk. There are going to be crafts, activities, training. So all those little princesses, you come right on in. This one is not a registration.
Nope.
So make your way to the Liberty Branch from 2 to 4 today so that your little princess is ready to roll in royal lines.
And that works out since Olentangy schools are off today. If you have a big sister, big brother who are off and they want to come, they can come too. And not just princesses, but the knights and the princes and the kings and queens and maybe even the court jesters.
Please be sure to wear your costumes, knights, queens, princesses.
That's
all
right.
of you come.
That sounds fun.
I know, and especially with Valentine's Day. I love the princesses.
Who doesn't want to
coming
wear
out.
a crown and tiara?
I know. I'm sad I'm not going to be over there right now. Maybe I have to find an excuse so I can see all the kids in their costumes.
I'll give a quick plug. If you're listening today on Friday, Stock Hands Read with the Horses is tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th. And there are still some times available, 1, 2, or actually, let me double check. I'm looking to see 1, 2, or 3 o'clock. The link is on our site. You'll have to click on each of the time slots to see which one still has availability. And if you happen to miss it for tomorrow, that's okay, because we'll refresh the link and then we'll be available for the second Saturday in March.
I also want to give a real quick plug. We have the Indoor Olympics coming up at Ostrander Tuesday, the 17th from 6:30 to 8. Bring your Olympic kids in. They're going to have some indoor Olympic, I promise it'll be safe, adventures to have. If you haven't been out to our Ostrander branch, it is darling.
It is adorable. Mm-hmm. I love going there, and that's close to where I live.
Your new home branch.
Friendly staff like we have everywhere, but go have a good time. I know it'll be fun for all, and get that Olympic fever in. I'm loving watching it right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that takes us to our time today. If you want to know what else is happening at the library, visit us at DelawareLibrary.org or download the app. Just search Delaware County District Library wherever you get your apps. Lori, it was such a pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I really enjoyed it. Thanks so much, Molly and Nicole.
Absolutely.
Loved having you.
And Molly, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yes, and Mark, until next week, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day celebrating with the ones you love.
Absolutely.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Until next week, we'll see you in the stacks.